Yo, what's going on guys? In today's video we're going to be facing off against 5 different subs, and whoever beats me will walk away with a fat stack of cash. So hopping in the first match, we're going to be up against this subscriber, and he did decide to play triple draft against me, so I picked a pretty good deck right here. It's going to be kind of like a bit of an interesting Royal Recruits deck with also like some pretty decent fireball bait and like the flying machine, and we also have zappies in this deck I think, so quite a nice deck right here considering that it's triple draft. And looks like this guy's going to have Goblin Giant, also an Earthquake right there, but it does come down pretty late, so our Scrum is going to pretty much kill his Goblin Giant right there. And this deck is probably going to be quite a lot better as the game progresses, so I'm not really expecting to like pick up an early damage lead or something like that, so not really too worried, even though he does have like a very small lead right now. And I'm just going to cycle my drill here in a second, just to like see what counters he has to our cards. Like maybe he's going to have like a Valkyrie or something like that. I'm not really too sure like what cards he was given the option to choose, because I wasn't really paying too much attention. But it is quite nice here that he does have Princess, because it's going to give our Log quite a lot of value in this matchup, because without having Log right here it would be pretty difficult to actually kill his princesses. So pretty happy with that, and I think the Zappy should be quite nice to kind of stun lock his Goblin Giants. But we already off to like a little bit of a damage deficit here just from like that early Goblin Giant that he used, so not looking perfect here, but maybe we can come back as the game progresses. And he is going to have to respond to our flying machine right there. Looks like he's going to use the Executioner, so Executioner is probably going to be pretty difficult for us to deal with, because we don't really have like a, I don't know, like really a NATO or like anything to kind of like pull it closer to our units just for it to die quickly, because it's going to kind of stay on the field for quite some time, I feel like. And also a really good Earthquake right there for him. It kind of pushed our Zappies in front of our Royal Recruits right there, so made our push like quite a lot less lethal right there. But he's going to kind of fail his Tornado. Not really sure what he was trying to do right there, but not really going to do too much for him either way. And I'm going to cycle another Goblin Drill on his tower. I'm also going to go with a Bandit here in the left lane, just to like apply pressure, because I was kind of expecting that he would go with a Lumberjack right there. So going to force out an Execution, which is quite nice for us right here. And I don't really want to go with my Royal Recruits right away, just to like make sure that we can defend if he decides to like apply pressure right now. He will go with like that kind of interesting Princess, but our flying machine is going to deal with everything pretty well, right? You're going to get one shot on his tower as well, and now we're in a pretty good spot to kind of just like set up a big push here. So I'm going to split my Zappies like this, like 2 Zappies to make sure that his cannon cart will probably die right here, and I'm going to spend the rest of my elixir in the right lane here, just pressure him with a flying machine as well, because I don't think he has like a Mega Minion or something in his deck, so he doesn't really have any way to really take our flying machines off of the board. And I'm also going to go with a poison right here on his Princess, and it looks like the Bandit just like dashing absolutely everywhere, and it's going to go straight towards his tower. Flying machine is going to lock on as well, so just took his tower just like that in like one big push, and that will be good game. Alright, hopping in the next match, we're going to be up against this subscriber in just a normal 1v1 draft battle, so should definitely be a fun match. He has quite a high personal best, so definitely going to make me work for my money right here. And he's going to go with the Hog first pay right there, which is going to stop it pretty nicely though. And I'm pretty happy to have Witch in my deck, because I feel like Witch is actually a super strong card in draft battles, just because of how little spells they sometimes tend to have. So if they don't have like the perfect spells to deal with your Witch, you can often get quite a lot of value. And he's going to have like a Wizard in the back right here. I think we can just go with the Fireball and also a Zap, just to make sure it doesn't deal any damage to our Valkyrie. And by the way guys, if you'd like to participate in any of these EN versus subs events, just make sure to stay tuned in my community tab, because I always post information on those events here. And also this week I'm going to be having all videos against subscribers, like they're all going to have their own twist to it, but it will pretty much all be videos against subs, so definitely make sure to stay tuned in that area, because I will be posting a lot of stuff about it. And yeah, he's going to go with the Hog right here. I'm going to go with my Night Witch plus Ice Spirit to fully counter, and also get a pretty good counter push. It's really nice that I ended up choosing Ice Spirit over Electro Spirit in the draft selection, because they did give me the option to pick Electro Spirit, and normally people do pick Electro Spirit in RG decks, but I feel like when you're playing draft mode, you kind of just have to like pick what you're more comfortable with instead of like always what the strongest cards are. So should be quite better for us to have Ice Spirit in this match, just to like stop his Hog Riders a lot better. And Valkyrie will do a pretty good job against his Wizard right here, and we just have to make sure we don't get like outcycled too much by his Hog Riders, because they're pretty hard for us to stop when we don't have like a good Night Witch Ice Spirit combo in cycle. And he's gonna go with the Hog Rider right there, kind of outcycling us a little bit, but I think our Baby Dragon plus Fireball is going to do with it pretty well right there. The Fireball does kind of push the Hog a little bit forward, but I just want to clip one of those Zappies. And yeah, looks like he's going to also miss his Electro Spirit there on our Baby Dragon, so we'll get a little bit of chip damage there in the right lane. I'm just going to go with my RG right at the bridge right here, just hoping that he doesn't have like too much elixir to defend it. He will go with the Royal Recruits and also the Ice Wizard right there, but I think he doesn't have enough elixir for a tornado right away or something like that, so we're going to get some pretty good damage right there. And I'm going to go with my Valkyrie as well right on top of his Ice Wizard and the Royal Recruits right there. He does go with the kind of strange tornado. I'm not really sure why he went with the tornado so late, because it didn't really do anything. It still let our witch stay alive right there, and I'm just going to keep spawning skeletons and stuff, so should be quite nice for us. I'm going to go with another RG right at the river right here, just to like apply good pressure, and we do also have like the baby dragon kind of supporting. Pretty good hog rider by him though. I kind of wanted to go with the fireball right on his wizard, but he went with the hog at the same time, so I kind of had to wait a second there, and RG will only get one shot right there, but that's still pretty good for us. Going to put us in a pretty nice lead right now, and as long as we can defend well against his recruits, we should be okay, I hope, but this could be a little bit sketchy against his recruits, because if he goes with like a big Royal Recruits Hog Rider push, it could be quite hard to stop his Hog Rider, even with like our Ice Spirit plus Night Witch combo. So I'm going to keep up the pressure right now with my RG at the river, just to make sure he can't really go with too many Hog Riders and stuff like that. He's going to have to focus more on defense, and we're going to get a nice fireball there in his Zappy, so I think our RG might actually take this game right here, but looks like it just barely doesn't get the final shot right there, so pretty good defense by him. And he's going to go with another Recruits at the river here, so it could be a little bit sketchy, because okay, his Hog Rider is going to come down, and we don't really have any way to stop it. I'm going to go with kind of a late Night Witch, but unfortunately the tower does actually target the Royal Recruits. I'm just going to go with the Zap on the Hog Rider here. Don't want to have any chance to like choke this game or something like that, so yeah, I hope I can play well right now. And I'm going to go with an RG right at the river right here, just like forcing him to not really like go with another Hog Rider right away, just like focus on defense. He does go with like an Ice Wizard right on top of it, also the Tornado right there, but you can just go with a Valkyrie right on his Wizard, also a kind of high fireball there on his Zappies. And if he doesn't spend anything on our RG, I think it will get at least one shot on his tower right. They're going to zap his Ice Wizard right there, just to like hopefully get another shot, but unfortunately we don't get another shot. He's going to go with the Hog Rider right here, but I think our Night Witch plus Valkyrie should finish it right there, and Fireball will come down, so that will be a good game. Alright, hopping in the next match, we're going to be playing 7 times Elixir with this subscriber, so I'm going to be using a pretty similar deck to the last deck that I used in the subscribers versus EN video with the 7 times Elixir deck, so should be pretty good right here, because last time we absolutely dominated, but looks like he's going to have Valkyrie here, also Bomb Tower and Valkyrie, so it might actually be quite hard of a matchup, but hopefully we can kind of just like keep on spamming him and hopefully like kind of force him to still like not really be able to rocket cycle us, because I guess he's going to keep on trying to rocket cycle us, but luckily our flying machines are getting quite a ton of value right here. It's really hard to actually commentate this, but kind of just like spamming all my stuff in the middle, just like splitting everything, trying to not give him too much spell value, but I think our poison should do pretty nice right there against his Ice Wizards. Also our flying machines are adding up just a little bit right there. One flying machine will lock on. I'm going to go with the freeze right there. And unfortunately he goes with like the NATO at the same time, so pretty well played by him. He's going to try to rocket cycle us, it looks like, but I'm not going to really let it happen. I'm going to keep on spamming. Unfortunately his Valkyries do kind of like tear through everything though, so not really too sure how we're going to win this matchup, because just keep on just like spamming these bomb towers, and his giant skeletons are pretty hard to deal with as well, so I guess I'm going to kind of try to like freeze right here on his Valkyrie, hopefully like break through with our Hoggies. Looks like he's going to kind of NATO them a little bit though, so not really going to do too much here. He has 3 Valkyries down though, and we're just playing Hoggies right into it, so I'm going to try to like start poisoning him a little bit more instead of like only going with like our spam cards, because they're not really getting any value against like all his Valkyries and all of that stuff, so he's kind of just like rocket cycling us right now, and yeah, we can't really do too much about it, but now we do have like quite a few flying machines on the map. He does have some giant skeletons, but they're kind of just getting melted right now, and also that freeze is pretty good there on his bomb tower. One hog will connect, and we do have 4 flying machines on the field right now. I'm just going to keep spamming these hogs. He's going to freeze again. I feel like freeze is kind of carrying us right now in this match, even though he does have quite a few air counters. And yeah, so as long as we can take his tower here, I think we should be okay, even though he probably is going to take our tower with his rocket cycling. We do have like quite a few poisons that we keep on cycling. One Hoggy will connect to his tower. Firecracker is kind of like subtly chipping away as well, and I'm going to go with the freeze there, also like a poison, and I think we just need like 1 or 2 more poisons here to finish his tower, so we should be able to at least take 1 tower, and I think when we're in a 2 tower game, it should be a little bit better for us right here, so yeah, I think we might be able to start applying a little bit more aggression right here now that it's going to be a 2 tower game. Flying Machine will get the final shot right there, and yeah, I think he's finally starting to get a little bit overwhelmed right now. A really good freeze right there on his Valkyrie and his bomb tower, and I'm going to keep spamming my Royal Recruits. I'm going to go with my Royal Hogs kind of towards his King Tower, just to like make sure he can't completely block up the lane with like his giant skeletons and stuff. And I'm going to freeze his king tower and crown tower, and I'm going to keep on spamming my stuff in the middle right now. And I think that actually will be a good game. He kind of just like failed on defense near the end, but definitely a good try by him. But we're going to hold firm on our money. Alright, hopping in the next match here, I think we're going to be up against the best subscriber of the video right now. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy has multiple top 200 finishes, so definitely quite a solid player. We probably faced him in some of the videos that I made before, so definitely going to be a good match right here. He's going to have some type of minor wall breakers deck, I guess, and we're going to be running Logbait right here. It's pretty much like the deck that Riley always uses in his videos, which is a pretty solid Logbait deck. I feel like it can almost beat almost any matchup, and I'm pretty comfortable with it. That's why I decided to pick it right here, and should be pretty nice for us to counter his Golden Knights with our Mighty Miners and like his wall breakers with our cannons and stuff like that. So I think we should be okay right here. I'm going to go with a mirror Goblin Barrel, one Goblin Barrel in the left lane, one Goblin Barrel in the right lane, kind of just like seeing what spells he has. He does have Fireball and Logs, so he's going to defend pretty well, but still going to be good for us to know like what spells he has for the future when we want to start attacking more. And also I think we did out-cycle his Log, so our Goblin Barrel should hopefully get some damage right here. Yeah, we'll go with the Spear Goblins right there, but with Fire Spirit we'll connect in the left lane. Also the Goblins get a little bit of chip damage there in the right lane, so looking pretty good here. I don't want to mirror my barrel though, because I know he does have Log back and cycle now, so I'm just going to kind of chill out and probably play my Princess in the back here in a second. But he does play a Miner. It's pretty hard to stop his Miner as well when we have to kind of save our Mighty Miners for his Golden Knights and our Cannons for his Wall Breakers. We don't really have any good DPS to kill his Miners, except like our Princesses, which is why I used it right there. And I'm also going to go with that Mirror Princess, just getting a little bit of chip damage on his tower, because it's pretty hard to actually get too much chip damage in this matchup, because he has quite solid defense against us. And unfortunately, our Fire Spirit doesn't actually hit his Wall Breakers right there. I'm not really sure how that happened. I was like pretty sure our Fire Spirit would actually hit his Wall Breakers, but he does get quite a big damage lead just from that. But luckily, he does have to Fireball or Goblin Barrel right there, so at least that's one nice thing going for us. But still a pretty hard spot right now. I hope this guy doesn't actually beat us, because I don't want to have to pay him a lot of money or anything like that. The only time I ever lost to my subs so far was like against Lucas X Gamer, who is one of the best players in the world. So not really too worried about that loss, but hopefully I can actually beat this guy right here. I think our Mirror Princess should do pretty good work here. I'm not even sure if a Golden Knight dash actually kills it, so that should be nice for us. Gonna log away his Wall Breakers here as well, and yeah, he's applying quite a lot of aggression in this matchup, so it's pretty hard to actually like really start rocket cycling many times soon. But as long as we're defending well, we should be okay, even though his Miner is kind of chipping away. I'm just going to kind of keep on cycling my Goblin Barrels right here, hoping to get like a little bit of chip damage here and there. And he does also have to waste his Miner right on our Princess right there, so I think we should be pretty free to go with the Rocket right now, because he doesn't really have any good offense, having wasted his Miner on our Princess. And let's go with the Golden Knight right here. I'm just going to go with my Cannon right away, and also a Mighty Miner to kind of block his Golden Knight. And his bats aren't really going to do too much right here, so I'm going to have to go with kind of a low log on his Spear Goblins. Don't really want to test them, like how much damage they might get on our tower. And yeah, this could be a little bit difficult, but I think if we can select like a few more rockets, we might be able to have a chance to come back, but definitely going to be hard right here. His Miners are always chipping away, and hopefully this Cannon can target his Miner. Okay, looks like it will actually target his Miner right there, so that's really good for us, because I didn't want to spend my Mighty Miner on his Miner, so that's kind of a lifesaver. And our Mighty Miner will do a pretty good job against his Golden Knight right there. I'm also going to go with kind of a High Princess just to counter his Wall Breakers right there in combination with the Log, and he's getting quite a bit of Miner chip damage, but if we can get like a good Mirror Goblin Barrel when he kind of wastes his spells, we should be okay. Also a really nice Mighty Miner right there catching his Golden Knight ability. We'll go with a set of bats in the middle right here. I'm just going to go with the Goblin Barrel in his tower, kind of like force him to waste his spells on it. I'm going to also go with the Mirror right there, so he's probably going to have to Fireball, and that's pretty nice for us, because that means he can't really Fireball our tower, so we won't be able to get too much chip damage. And I'm going to go with another Goblin Barrel right here. I think we may have outcycled him. Yeah, looks like we did outcycle him. We don't get too much damage, but still should be pretty good for us. You're going to go with the Prediction Cannon on his Miner. Looks like we do end up catching his Miner, so really good Cannon right there. Also a pretty nice Log there, killing his Wall Breakers, kind of doing a little bit of damage to his Miner as well. And then we just get like a few more rockets to win, like maybe 2 more rockets on like a few Logs and stuff like that. So this could be really close right here. I'm just going to ignore his Wall Breakers and let his Golden Knight die to our Mighty Miner. And I'm going to go with another Goblin Barrel on his tower. It's going to be pretty hard to get like 2 rockets off with how much like pressure he's applying, so I'm not really sure if we can actually do it. I'm just going to kind of defend right now, and he did waste his Fireball as well, so I think we can go with like a Mirror Goblin Barrel. I'm not really sure if he can actually stop the Mirror, and it looks like our Goblins will kind of chip away at his tower. They're going to just barely finish it off, so that will be a good game. Alright, hopping in the final match, we're going to be using a pretty interesting RG deck right here. It's a pretty solid RG deck overall, and I think it's quite good for a player like me because it's pretty resistant to like snipes and stuff, and I feel like some players might try to like snipe my hog decks and things like that, so kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit. And yeah, this subscriber is going to be pretty good. He does have quite a few trophies, not like quite as high trophies as like some of the other subs were, but he's still definitely going to be like quite a good fight right here, I think. And he does have Golden Knight plus Tombstone, so most likely going to be some type of Goblin Drill Giant Skeleton deck here, I'd have to assume. I know pretty quickly, just because like no other deck really runs Golden Knight with Tombstone besides this deck, so pretty sure it's going to be that. We're going to have like a 1 HP Queen though, so maybe we can get like a nice ability. Unfortunately, let's go with the Tornado right there, so pretty good defense by him, but also pretty good for us right here as well. And I'm just going to kind of like see what he wants to do against us. I don't really want to attack too early until he like starts wasting his counters. He will go with the Goblin Drill right there, so I'm going to spend my Ghost right here against it. Should get like a pretty nice trade here against his Goblin Drill. Going to fully counter it, I think, and also going to apply quite nice counter pressure. So we can just go with like a RG at the river in the opposite lane, because we'll have to spend the Tombstone on our Ghost, so should be quite nice for us. Going to also Fireball his Zappies right here. And I don't even care that it didn't hit the tower, just because like it's not going to really matter too much anyways. I just kind of want to get his Zappies off the field as quickly as possible. And yeah, gonna get a pretty nice Fisherman here. It's actually gonna cancel out his Golden Knight ability, and also a beautiful E-Spirit right there, so off to a pretty nice start right here. Also, I think I'm gonna support my Fisherman with a set of Skeletons right here, just to make sure that he can't really ignore it, or he probably will ignore it, but it's still gonna get like one shot in his tower, I think. So gonna kind of like allow us to hopefully like push in either lane, because if we go like same lane as him, we could probably get in a pretty bad spot right here once he starts like stacking his Giant Skeletons and stuff. And he will go with the Giant Skeleton in the back right there, so I'm going to pressure with my RG right now. I'm going to log away his Tombstone as well, and we have Fireball ready for his Zappies. He will play like the high set of Zappies right there, and I think our RG should get quite a few shots on his tower right now. He'll play kind of a late Golden Knight, but not really going to come down in time. He'll log it away as well, but we're still going to get like 3 RG shots right there, so already looking really good for us right now. I'm going to distract his Golden Knight with our Skellies here. Don't want to let it go anywhere near our tower. Going to get a really nice E-Spirit as well, and going to kind of like allow his Golden Knight to just get wrecked by both of our towers and our Archer Queen, so looking really good right here. Going to go with another RG, kind of in the same lane as his Giant Skeleton, but I don't really care about it too much, because I know that like he's still going to have to like spend his NATO and all of that stuff on our RG, and kind of unfortunate that his Zappies just like stunned our Fisherman right there. I was kind of hoping that we could get like the Fisherman to kind of pull off his Giant Skeleton from our RG, but pretty well played by him with those Zappies up kind of high. But I think our Fisherman should do pretty good with his Giant Skelly. They're also going to go with an RG in the opposite lane once again. I can't really go same lane as him, otherwise it could be quite a lot of trouble for us right here. So just going to log away his Tombstone as always, and also going to Fireball his Zappies. And unfortunately, does have quite a good NATO there on our Fisherman, just like pulling it away from like potentially pulling his Giant Skeleton push away from the left lane right there. But I think we should deal with it pretty fine there, along with the Ghost and our new Fisherman. We'll have like a little bit of a surviving Magic Archer. I think we can just go with like a Fireball on it here. Kind of want to save my Archer Queen for his other stuff, and just going to E-Spirit plus log his Goblin Drill. Should only get like one shot on our tower right there, so yeah, looking really good for us right here. Just going to like not go with my RG right away, because I know he has like Tombstone in cycling. We don't have like a log, so if we went with like an RG, we'd pretty much just like get wrecked by his Tombstone. And I'm going to go with kind of a high Fisherman right here, because sometimes they can kind of go with like really weird tornadoes, like kind of pulling your Fisherman towards your own tower. Then it'll kind of like make your own Fisherman pull their Giant Skeleton towards your tower. Then they can end up like getting so much damage with their Death Bomb. So just want to be a little bit careful right here, going with like a little bit safer Fishermans. And yeah, I think his Giant Skeleton should hopefully be dead here. He's going to kind of NATO our Fisherman, as I was saying, but he doesn't really get it too close to our tower right there. So we're going to defend everything pretty well. Going to have that Ghost down just in time before his Golden Knight really gets too near our tower. And he'll pressure with a Goblin Drill, it looks like. I'm just going to kind of predict it with a Fisherman. Going to log away his Tombstone once again, and I'm going to go with a set of Skellies here as well, just to make sure it doesn't get any damage on our tower. We're going to go with another RG here, this time in the left lane, and I think our Queen should do pretty good with his Giant Skeleton, right? They're going to Fireball his Tombstone away as well, and yeah, I think RG should get quite a few shots here. Fisherman is going to pull away the Golden Knight right there, just barely, and I think our Fisherman should also pull his Golden Knight once again, so yeah, he's going to actually NATO back our RG, and it's just going to help out a little bit against his Goblin. We're going to go with the Fireball and his Zappies right here as well, so we're kind of just like rinsing and repeating, but it's working out really well for us, and I guess we actually went undefeated in today's video, so really nice games here. Thanks to all my subs for coming on the channel for this video, and that will be it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!